What's up, everyone? Welcome to our Lionel Messi special. As we know, Lionel Messi, arguably one of the greatest athletes in the world.
Yeah.
He's moving on. He's moving on from Barcelona, the team that, if you say Barcelona,
You think Messi.
you think Messi. It's the
Yeah.
first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I never thought this day would come.
Yeah, but they haven't managed. I mean, the LaLiga as a whole, they've mismanaged.
Yeah.
You can't keep your stars around. So he signs 2 years
Yeah.
with PSG.
Yeah.
I think in the 35 million euro range.
Yeah, it's going to be about that.
And then in the third year, he has an option to extend.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does. He's 34 now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could see him staying there a little longer than his current contract.
Yep.
Let's get into how nasty this team looks now.
This team is...
They've been busy, and they were good before.
This team was good before, and, they brought in Gianluigi Donnarumma in net, a Euro 2020 champion.
Yep.
Sergio Ramos, who has accolades upon accolades with Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. Gini Wijnaldum, who, again, a very well-respected midfielder from Liverpool. He signs there as a free agent. So it's one of those things that this was already a good transfer window for them.
Yeah.
And then they just topped that off with, okay, now we're going to bring in Lionel Messi because we can.
Yeah.
Because he's available and we can. If you had told me last year that Lionel Messi was going to leave, I may have considered it because he didn't want to be there last year. He said he wants out, he wants a new experience. But he wanted to be there this year.
Yeah.
And he voiced that in his exit interview from Barcelona.
Yep.
He was in tears. He wanted to be there. The club he's been with, since he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
That first team since he's been on the first team for 17 years.
Yep.
And I'm shocked that it was PSG too, because I thought the only other team that could afford him was Manchester City. Mm-hmm. And I'm still racking my brain on how PSG could afford him with their lineup, because those were just the players we mentioned that they brought in this year.
Yeah.
Their lineup is going to be Donnarumma in net, Ramos, Kimpembe, and Marquinhos, that's a brilliant back three. Mm-hmm. Then Hakimi, Marco Verratti, Gini Wijnaldum, Angel Di Maria, a ridiculous midfield already. But that front three is arguably the best front three of all time.
Yeah.
Arguably the most expensive front three of all time.
Yeah.
But when you have Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. Now, the big question is, Kylian Mbappe is largely considered the next man up when it comes to as Ronaldo and Messi get older.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy that's going to take, I guess, the unofficial role of best player on the planet.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, this is his last year on his contract right now, and they've been working on an extension, and there were transfer talks before because they may not be able to afford him. Mm-hmm. Bringing in Lionel Messi doesn't help in terms of affording him.
I think it's a safe move, though, in case he wants to leave, right? A star player like that may want to go off and do his own thing.
Yeah, I'm not. It's definitely a safe move to bring in a guy that, you know what, if Mbappe decides he wants to leave, that's okay. We still have Lionel Messi slotted next to Neymar, and I'm sure PSG can bring in somebody to fill that role. Their front three doesn't have to be that nasty. But it's as high as it looks for PSG. There's a real downfall for not only Barcelona but LaLiga. Mm-hmm. And so, as some of you may not know, Barcelona wanted to keep Messi.
Yeah.
Messi wanted to stay there. They had a verbal agreement in place that he would take a 50% pay cut to stay, but it wasn't up to them. It was up to LaLiga and their financial fair play rules.
Yep.
So LaLiga has the rule in place that the incomes you bring in, you cannot exceed 70% of that with annual player salary.
Yeah.
Well, as of right now, if Messi were to stay for the 50% pay cut, they would be 110%, which is 40% over the fair play limit.
Yep.
And without him now, they're still 95% above. So they still have to do some selling before they can bring in new players.
Yep.
And Messi, although he wasn't a new player in a way, because he was a free agent, he was considered under their rules a new player. They could not sign a new contract with him because they let him go to free agency.
Yep.
So that already, Barcelona's previous ownership screwed them over.
Yeah.
They put them in a terrible position. They spent a billion euros since 2014 on just in transfer fees. That's not on salaries. That's just transfer fees.
Yep.
And arguably the biggest guys they brought in Antoine Griezmann, Felipe Coutinho, and Ousmane Dembele, all over £100 million, and they haven't worked out. Coutinho went off on a loan spell somewhere. Dembele's not really featured on the first team. I think Griezmann, there's some hope that he could get better. Certainly a name that they can market around losing Messi, but at the end of the day, Barcelona and LaLiga lost their poster boy, their best star, and it's the second time LaLiga has lost someone of note, because they had Ronaldo in Real Madrid and he went off to Juventus.
Yep.
And this is without the fact that there was a vote that was just passed today that LaLiga is going to be in a bailout from a large private company for the next 50 years that sees short-term relief, but will see each team's getting revenue from television and radio deals. They're not going to be getting as much now. So it's confusing. I won't get into the details of that, but La Liga's already they're already accepting bailout money just to try to keep some sort of good standing financially. Their best team, or their second best team, I guess, in Barcelona is in poor standing. Mm-hmm. And that's just financially. Now, without Messi, Barcelona doesn't really look to be all that competitive, really. Yeah. As the last time they won La Liga was in 2019. The last time they won the Champions League was in 2015. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to add to that anytime soon. No. Because Messi's really put the workload on his shoulders. Now, they're always going to have the big name. They're always going to have, I guess, the big sponsors backing them. Yeah. But I think this is a team that Atletico Madrid already shocked everyone and beat out Real Madrid and Barcelona for La Liga's title this year. Yep. I could see them doing it again. I really think Atletico and Real Madrid those are the teams to beat now. I don't think, could Barcelona make Champions League? Yeah, of course. But I think they're a lot closer to teams like Sevilla, to teams like Villarreal. And Messi leaving almost makes this even more fair, because Real Madrid and Barcelona were running away with it when Ronaldo and Messi were there. Yep. Now everyone just kind of comes back down, as I still think that those three are still the powerhouses, but I could see Barcelona slipping, and maybe one year Barcelona does play Europa League football and not Champions League football. It's going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens. Again, I think this is the most shocking free agent move anybody has ever seen in just any sports. Yeah. I saw ESPN put something out the other day, and it was asking what's the most shocking move you've seen, and they had Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay last year. They had Michael Jordan going to the Wizards. Yeah. As I think this is a Michael Jordan-like deal, but I think this is bigger because everyone kind of knew, Michael Jordan had retired twice to that point. Yeah. And had come back.
He was not a fan of management
so people
at that point.
People were used to seeing Michael Jordan leave.
This is more Brady level.
This is more Brady level, and I think this exceeds it. Yep. Lionel Messi, is one of the world's biggest stars, and again, I never thought this day would come. It's going to look very weird seeing him in that number 30 jersey with PSG. Yeah. That's also weird. A guy that's worn 10 his entire life is now going to wear 30. Like, it's and that's not even the weirdest part. It's just the fact that he's going to be putting on the blue and red for a different team. I still can't wrap my head around it, and this has been official for a couple days now. So I don't know.
But I think we have it there.
My little rant is kind of done here because there's just so much to break down. Yeah. But with that, that'll do it for our little Messi exclusive here. Yeah. If you like the video, give it a like down below. Subscribe so you don't miss any of our other uploads. For all you soccer fans, go check out our Premier League preview video. That's up now. And also make sure to stay tuned. We've got more soccer uploads now that the European seasons are getting underway. We'll have weekly uploads there. Again, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.